What's up, guys? It's Critical. Today I'm going to be ranking some various Moist Criticals from the Moistverse. I'm just going to be putting these guys into tiers based on how they look, how they sound, and just how I feel about them. Alright, let's get into the tier list. Alright, to start off this tier list, we have Malaysian Mask Moist Critical. I don't understand this one. I don't know why he's wearing a mask. I don't wear a mask. I'm going to put him in F tier. Alright, next we have Filipino Moist Critical. I'll put him in D tier. We have Fat Moist Critical. I think Fat Moist Critical, you'll go in B tier right there. This Indian Moist Critical, his mom walks in the video. Not funny at all and doesn't even sound like me. F tier. French Moist Critical, again, doesn't sound like me or look like me. Doesn't even try. F tier. Here we have Russian Moist Critical. I'm going to put him in C tier. He kind of looks like me, but not enough, in my opinion. We have Italian Moist Critical. While this guy looks less like me, I feel like he did a better job impersonating me. So we're going to put him in B tier along with Fat Moist Critical. Again, with another Filipino Moist Critical, I think you go in B tier as well. Arab Moist Critical, I think that's yet another B tier. But not right here. African Moist Critical, I would have put him in F tier, but I'm going to put him in D tier because he says his shirt is red because it's stained with the blood of people who don't subscribe. So that's cool, I guess. Charles Black is my black counterpart from another universe, so I'll put him in A tier. Another Indian Moist Critical. Now this one, as you can see, kind of creeps me out. He stares right into the camera and is kind of like a serial killer, but he does a pretty good job impersonating me other than that, so I'll put him in C tier. Bangladeshi Moist Critical. This is just my Bangladeshi brother right here. Of course, you're going to go in A tier. Looks just like me, except another ethnicity. Mexican Moist Critical. You kind of have it down, but not enough. I'm going to put you in B tier right there. Oh, Nathaniel, my Puerto Rican brother. Nathaniel is my biological brother. We were separated at birth, in case you guys didn't know. Really sad, but I'm glad that the internet has brought us together. But this guy, there's no way I'm related to him. Another Indian Moist Critical, but he doesn't look like me, doesn't sound like me, doesn't even try going in F tier. Here we have Russian Moist Critical. Now this one, I would have put him in F tier, but his yell's okay. I'll put him in D tier. Here we have Jewish Moist Critical. It doesn't really look like me, but it's kind of funny, I guess. I'll put him in C tier. We have Kurdish Moist Critical. I'll put him in C tier. Kind of looks like me, but doesn't really. Like these guys in B tier, as you can see, they all, except for this guy, they have the hat and this guy. But I used to have short hair, so I'll give them that. All right, we have Australian Moist Critical. This couldn't be worse. I'm putting this in its own tier. This is absolutely horrible. This is just loud. It doesn't look like me. He tried, but he failed miserably. I hate that one. Z tier. All right, we have Black Moist Critical. Now this guy doesn't really look like me, but I guess he tried. He has long hair. His yell is pretty good. I'll put him in D tier. Uh, this is Balkan Moist Critical. This guy looks nothing like me. I'm gonna put him in F tier. We have yet another Indian Moist Critical. This one's okay, I guess. Doesn't look like me. His yell's alright. I'll put him in D tier. We have yet another Filipino Moist Critical. I'd say that's another D tier. We have Romanian Moist Critical. I'd say D tier. It doesn't really look like me, but his yell's good. But Blonde German Moist Critical. Has long hair, but that's about it. His yell's terrible. Doesn't look like me at all. F tier. We have Japanese Moist Critical. I'm going to put him in B tier. He's pretty good. But this Japanese Moist Critical looks pretty much just like me if I was Japanese. So A tier right there. Almost S tier, but not quite. S tier is reserved for very special people. This guy does not belong in S tier, though. Sorry, bud. This is another Black Critical. Doesn't really look like me. His woo, he doesn't even do the woo. He just says, yeah, baby. So you're going in F tier, buddy. This one's Modified Moist Critical. He scares me, I'm going to be honest. I'm going to put him in F tier just for that. Here we have Malaysian Moist Critical. I'm going to put him in D tier. We have yet another Indian Moist Critical. This guy doesn't look that much like me, but his yell's pretty enthusiastic. I'll put him in C tier. We have Fat Arab Moist Critical. I don't really like this one. I'm going to put him in F tier. You know what? I'll bump him up to D tier for now. I might move him back down. Vietnamese Moist Critical. I don't know. I've never once worn that thing. He's not even wearing white. F tier for sure. Now this one's actually a little interesting because this was made before I found all my other everyone else, all my doppelgangers, all my my family. So this was made just to show people how to talk like me. So he's from Australia. I'm gonna put him in C tier. He doesn't really look like me, but he's not trying to. But he sounds just like me, so I'll put him in C tier. Here we have Prussian Critical. Doesn't look like me. But he's got the backwards hat. He's wearing white, and his yell's really strong. I'll put him in C tier for that. We have another Malaysian Moist Critical. I'm gonna put you in F tier. We have Attorney Moist Critical. Doesn't look that much like me, but he's very formal. So I'll put him in C tier for that. We have German Moist Critical. I'd say that's definitely A tier. We have a female Moist Critical. I'm definitely also putting her in A tier, and she actually, if you watch the video, she has a dog that's very, very much like my dog.
Woo! Yeah, baby!
We have Hispanic Moist Critical. I'll put you in B tier. Look pretty good, but not quite as A tier as these guys. We have Indonesian Moist Critical right here. I'm gonna put you in D tier. We have half Japanese Moist Critical. It's another D tier, I'd say. D tier is getting pretty full. We have Chinese Moist Critical. I'll put him in B tier. We have Tall Moist Critical. I don't really like this one. Doesn't look like me, and he called me short, so F tier. We have Persian Moist Critical. Persian Moist Critical, I think, definitely deserves a spot in A tier. But this is Dead Moist Critical, and I just hope that those flies in the video, I hope that those are CGI. I really hope this guy's not actually dead. That'd be really sad to lose a family member. So I'm going to put him in C tier because I hope he's alive. We have another African Moist Critical. This one's okay. Doesn't look like me. His scream's kind of funny. I'll put him in D tier. All right, we have Fat Ginger Moist Critical. Doesn't look anything like me. Doesn't even try. F tier for that. We have Black Moist Critical. Another one. This one's all right. It's nothing special. I'll put it in D tier. This one right here is actually Moist Critical. He's actually wet in the video. He kind of looks greasy.
Woo! Yeah, baby!
Rather than moist, but I'll put him in D just because he tried to be moist, I guess. We have Canadian Moist Critical. Nothing really special about this one. Doesn't sound like me. Doesn't actually have long hair. He's wearing a beanie. I don't really wear beanies. I'm going to put him in D tier. Actually, you know what? I'm going to bump him down to F tier. This one also belongs in F tier. I think this is South Indian Critical. There's like chickens in the background or something.
നമസ്കാരം ഞാൻ സൗത്ത് ഇന്ത്യൻ മോയ്സ്റ്റ് ക്രിട്ടിക്കൽ
I don't own any chickens. I guess that's kind of cool that he owns chickens, but doesn't look like me, and his yell's not good. We have Sri Lankan Critical. Nah, I'm going to put an F tier. We have Bhutanese Critical. This one's alright. Doesn't look like me that much, but his impression's decent. I'll put him in D tier. You know what? I'll bump him up to C tier. We have Mustache Critical. This one's funny. Doesn't look that much like me, but I like his energy. I would have put him in A tier, actually, but his hair kind of looks like wires if you watch the video, so.
Woo! Yeah, baby!
B tier right there. Here we have Nordic Critical. Nordic Critical has tattoos on his arm just like me. It doesn't look that much like me, but for the tattoos and for the energy, I'll put him in C tier.
Woo!
Here we have another female Moist Critical, but this one's nothing like the original one. I'm going to put her in D tier. Here we have Mute Moist Critical, which actually looks like they're getting kidnapped, so I hope that they're okay. I'm going to put them in D tier, but I hope that they're doing all right. We have Israeli Moist Critical. I'll put him in C tier because Jewish Moist Critical's up there too. Kind of the same. We have VTuber Moist Critical. Now this one looks just like me, but it doesn't sound like me at all. But because it looks pretty much spot on, I'll put it in B tier for that. Oh, and this one's probably the best I've seen. This guy looks literally and sounds just like me. I don't know how he does it. So he also deserves a spot in S tier along with Nathaniel.
Woo! Yeah, baby! That's what I've been waiting for. That's what it's all about. Woo!
And that's everyone. That's all the Moist Criticals. I'm sure there's more out there. So just let me know. Maybe I missed some, but that's the Moist Critical tier list. And see you guys later, I guess.